Hello there, my scrumptious cookies. Did you know that narratives in crypto don't even matter? It's all about the price action of adoption. And how do people feel about it? That's all that matters. The long-term trend. How people are perceiving that versus their expectations. That moves first, and then we just make up a narrative. Green candles? Woohoo, I've got a big willy! Red candles? Oh, no, I don't. I just came out of the shower. It's true, and I can prove it to you. You want to have a look? Proof that narratives aren't real from a very recent example. Now, have you heard of a coin called Bitcoin? Maybe you've heard of it. Perk your ears up, like, subscribe, bell button, all. Bitcoin has a Bitcoin ETF from rekt. You see this arrow? It's September, man. So, I want to tell you something, friends. The rekt ETF has been spoken about for like 6 months. We all know about it. We even know that there is a 571 versus 1 success rate of the rekt ETF being approved. It's as good as guaranteed. Now, the funny part is, if I show you that chart, you'll notice something. We went down. What happened? Well, you know what happened? Soy boys with hunched backs who wear brown tarnished slippers sold. That's weird. Why would they sell if they knew the ETF was definitely coming? Your mind should be opening right now. It's because there are more things at play. Markets are chaotic. How do people feel? The narrative doesn't even matter. It's weird. The crowd gets a bug and they want to get a fever for buying. They'll look for any reason. And when there's a fever for selling, watch out. No amount of good news can save you. And if a coin is getting rinsed, no amount of good news can rescue it until the time is done. It happened in ChainLink. How many times did I tell you? I can show you the examples right now, friends. We went through this so many times. Chain stink during the bottom, this bottom zone, man, so many times down here, we went through. There was staking released, I believe, at the end of 2022. Here you go. Staking was released. Didn't matter. Went down. We also had partnerships with Swift. CCIP released. Everything released. Time after time. Insanely bullish news. No one cared. We went down. The news doesn't matter. Bitcoin was down. A lot of people flopped their willies out. They were feeling embarrassed. See, they were in a fever for selling. It doesn't matter what ChainLink did. It was very eye-opening to go through that. I feel blessed that I could show it for you because this lesson, it's going to make you a lot of money in the next 10 years. And I really do mean a lot. But you got to be a good boy or girl or squirrel holding your nuts or your ovaries, all of them. You got to hold them very tight because when the time is right, you're going to have to let go because you know the narrative doesn't matter. Price action is very efficient. Markets, we price things into the future as best as we can, but we're pricing them based off today of how we feel about the future. So all that information out there, all the insiders are constantly pricing it in. You're probably wondering, oh my gosh, how do I make money? That sounds so hard. No, I want to tell you something. If you're hungry in the morning and then you have breakfast, you're full, right? Yeah? Okay. Would you take a bet with someone that you'll never get hungry again? No, you wouldn't. It's a cycle. Okay? You eat. Now you're full. You're going to get hungry again. It's exactly the same with markets. We eat. We buy the coins. Lick our lips. But then eventually the buyers run out. We go the other way. We don't feel like buying anymore. Now we feel like selling. Oh, we feel bad. It cycles. There's also periods of the day. You get energy. At 3 or 4 o'clock every day, your circadian rhythm, you get like a sugar crash. These things happen. And believe it or not, they also happen in markets, which is fascinating because we all think markets and valuations and all these other stuff has to come from a formula about income producing assets. But the truth is, no, it doesn't. It's all the fugazi, man. It's all the woo, 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 woo. I've told you so many times, the stock market copers love to reply when I say this, but they have no response. Habib, when your coin, when your stonk, same thing. When they have a 30 PE ratio attached to them, which means 30 times the earnings, that's how expensive the stock is. If I automatically dumped it to 5 tomorrow, nothing changes. But you're like, what, 75% offside? You're wrecked. The company still produces the same things. Nothing changed, just the price of the stock went down. Now, technically, yes, it now takes a shorter amount of time for the profit to pay off ownership of the company. Yes, technically. But we all know they're all just technicals. Just like how if you go buy a share of McDonald's, technically your vote counts. But also, I'll tell you, technically, you got more chances of impressing strangers with the shape of your willy out in the public than you do of changing the Big Mac menu. It really is all a fugazi. It's just that it's digital cyberspace. We've printed so much money. People play. It's a financial casino. And it's never, ever going to turn off. That's what's been going on, okay? These narratives, they're not as important as you think. Price action is more important. The price moves first, which also means if a price gets somewhere and it was your original sell zone, a big retracement or a critical area, you got to be careful because no amount of narratives can change it, 99% of the time. So that's why I want to remind you, when Bitcoin hit its low, friends, this is for the PulseX and Hex community. Look, these bad news that appeared, friends, just to tell you, we had FTX bankrupt, shadow contagion, Grayscale, 600,000 Bitcoin liquidation fees. We had Genesis, other exchanges, secret liquidations. Everyone was whispering, man. Everyone was like, "Wow, golly gee, these guys, they have a really big leverage position. They're going to liquidate 10 billion Bitcoin." I was hearing that every day, scared to go to sleep. Mt. Gox, fear of selling. You had government selling, high interest rates. The Dixie was long, thick, and hard. Ouch! Use lube. The Dixie didn't want to use any lube last year. Just straight up only. Interest rates were high. And then the recession's coming. No one's going to have any money. All those mid-curves with anonymous avatars. All those losers on Twitter. I was waking up every day. You know what I was saying, friends? I was putting like these long, thick, Eric-style type of essays. I was saying, oh, no one's going to have any money to buy your crypto bags because they won't have any money to buy food because a recession's coming. Goodbye, bull market. That's what I was saying. And people were constantly listening to these soy boy virgins. Friends, these are the guys who message girls 3 times with no reply. These are the guys. They go on a date with a girl once and they send her love heart emojis. You're taking investment advice from these cucks? They don't know anything. Now, you shouldn't even take investment advice from me. I have a peanut brain sitting on a squeaky chair. Yes, I have straight posture, but sometimes I have to bend over and it might be compromised. I'm telling you right now, markets and speculation, you need a different skill set. And the skill set is you use your ears. You see, where are all the losers? Where are all the copers? And you find out what side they're on. And when they get really, really, really loud in that one direction, you know that's not the place to be. When they get really, really loud at the bottoms, saying, I've got no hope for crypto. It's over. 10,000 is just the start. The worst is yet to come. When they're saying that, take the other side. Don't do it on leverage because you never know when they start panicking. It presents good opportunity. Now we are past that point. The next point for the rest of the market will be everybody taking their pants off, partying naked, and eating jelly beans. That point, you look forward to. Unfortunately, just telling you, friends, I hope I'm wrong. I pray, I wake up every day, please, I hope I'm wrong. I'm just telling you, with very high likelihood that euphoria point, the prices will be lower than what most people expect. Now, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's what I'm smelling. And it's only a 70% chance. You can't go back in time, friends. Who got wrecked in 2021? The people who didn't sell Bitcoin at 50K. Okay, if you go back in time, you say, why didn't you sell at 50K? They say, okay, I need a 3x to retirement. You shake them and you say to me, little Timmy, what would you do if I took you back 2 years before the bull market? Little Timmy would say, I guess I would have bought 3 times my Bitcoin bags or 3 times my altcoin bags. Because now that Bitcoin's 50K, I'm actually out of retirement because I went super long and hard. I know you like a long and hard. Family Friendly Show. Like, subscribe. You see the point now? Once we've left the zone, you can't do anything. Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX are still in the poopy zones. I'm waking up with morning wood every day like you wouldn't believe. Because you can still act. I can't touch my ChainLink anymore. She gone. She's already up 3x. I'm not buying her up at 16 bucks. Let everybody else do it. Maybe it flashes up to 25, comes back. Maybe it's got to screw around. It just, yeah, I don't want to touch these prices. You see the point, friends? So, yes, I'm with you. I empathize. I know. When the coins move up, everyone want to take off our shirts. You want to flex your nipples. Maybe do some dominatrix stuff, just some weird stuff out there. Maybe get excited for a lot of things. Okay, but you're in the watching mode, all right? You lose control at that point. You're watching your little bird fly. You can't do anything at that point. It's over. You know, so I'm telling you right now, friends, because I'm head of the game, okay? Head of the game. I'm trying to tell you, once your bags leave the depression zone, yes, you feel like you're going to wake up with morning wood as well. And you just want to use it somewhere. What I'm telling you is this. It's actually a scary time. I feel anxiety. Why? Because I know as the bull market traverses, you can't go back. Remember little Timmy? We went back in time to shake him up and slap him across the face and tell him to buy 3x the amount of Bitcoin because little Timmy needed a 3x to retire from 50K. That's why he never sold. Well, we're at that point right now. You can't buy 3x your ChainLink stack because that's 16 bucks now. When they're going to realize this, 25 bucks, 30 bucks, they can't. So what do people start doing? They go, okay, let me go follow the guy who says we're going to go to 700 bucks in the next 18 months. I'm going to really listen to that guy and no other less target. That's what ends up happening. So I'm just telling you you're trying to beat the crowd here. You're trying to beat everybody at their game, okay? Because it's a casino. That's what's happening here. So yes, I know the crowd, when you see coins go up, you don't feel anxiety. I feel anxiety because I know, that was it. That was it. I can't control, no more cheap prices, right? I do get sweats. I feel it. I'm like, oh my gosh, because now at this point, here's the thing, friend. Here's the thing. You have to be really confident you've got as many coins as you can grab. Because at that point, if anything changes and lowers your upside target, are you going to be brave enough to let go? 99% of people won't. So I'm telling you, maybe Jim Cramer, when Bitcoin's at 80,000, maybe he calls for 150K by the end of the year. Maybe JP Mosquito says $400,000 Bitcoin when it's at 80K. Maybe you literally see all these. Maybe Ty Lopez comes out and calls for it. Maybe all the X Factor signals come out. Maybe CNBC is starting to make videos. How to buy Bitcoin because it's definitely gone to 100K. Maybe they come out. You don't know now. But what if they do? You'll be in the same position little Timmy was in 2021. You'll be sitting there. Hopefully it's on a squeaky chair with straight posture with orange juice. You'll be sitting there going, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's 80K. I don't have enough crypto. If I did, I would have clicked sell by now. My target is not met because I need another 3x. All right. Now, rationally, no one's going to have that conversation with themselves. What they usually do is they go, Somi, you can go suck it. I just found this new dude and he says Roca Negra is going to make me wealthy. All right. That's what happens. That's why I will always constantly be unpopular. Because by definition, the popular position is baked into the price. In 2022, you literally got 2x your views if you had a red thumbnail, all right, with a mouth open, looks like you're sucking on something, and you had dump, rekt, bear market, much lower. I remember me, Kevin, and other crypto influencers, we did side-by-side analysis. The green thumbnail, buy, hold, those types of posts would get a certain number of views, and then that person literally a day later would upload red, and it would get 2x from the same person. People were naturally clicking on red thumbnails because they wanted to see it down there. Yes, yes, it's crashing, it's crashing. Why? Because they were in stable coins because they broke one of my 10 bull commandments. They fornicated with stable coins pre-euphoria, and they were begging for much lower prices to justify them selling the bottom. Now flip it for the bull market. In the bull market, I might have some red thumbnails. No one's clicking on them. I might have some thumbnails where I'm going to be wearing the very realistic looking panda hat disguise. I might even go on channels and literally say, hello friends, I am a top signal. This is euphoria. F yous all. Sell, 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 sell. Literally sell, come back in 12 months. Sell. You're all too euphoric. Now, no one's going to put me on their channels because that's not pretty good, but I will do that, all right? Because I don't care. What game do you want to play, friends? Do you want to play the game where it's now cycle 4 and then you're like, hey, look at all the losers. Maybe they're finally going to get it right this time. Do you want to play that game? Because I don't. No, not after what happened in 2021. Not knowing what the corrupt SEC does. Not knowing what all these bug eater scam are doing. Not while they're ushering CBDCs. Not while we are in the then they fight you phase. Nuh-uh. You're not going to trap me. This is the moment where you just have to decide for yourself. Are you ballsy enough to take these bets? And let me tell you something right now. Buying Bitcoin at $44,000 is not a ballsy move to them. But man, for me, that's risky. So you got to think about the crowd, friends. So when it comes to PulseChain, PulseX, and Hex, I don't really care. Down the valued, who cares? All right. Go find other stuff. But learn from Warren Buffett. That's all I ask you. You see, Warren Buffett, he would always say, before you buy a company, make sure that an idiot can run it. Because chances are, one day an idiot will. So it better be a good product-making business. I'm translating that for you. And in crypto, whatever you buy, you better wake up one day imagining it can go 90% down. Chances are, one day it will. And then you got to ask yourself, would you buy more? Okay. Now here's the thing. There are people in Hex, PulseChain, and PulseX. They're not buying more. But I figured out something, and I'm going to tell it for you right now. The secret is this. If you get jealous at new people coming in and buying that coin that you're bleeding in, that means you know its fundamentals are strong deep down in your heart. That means you know it's an eventual winner. That means your brain and your heart, you've processed everything and you're like, this is literally 95% chance win. I'm actually really jealous that these people get to buy it. And let me tell you something. What's everyone been saying about Pulse and PulseChain? PulseChain, PulseX, and X, including me. I say, these soy boy cucks get to come in 2.5 years later and buy a cheaper price than me. Screw them. Does that tell you something? I know you feel it too. You're like, man, these people, they don't believe it all. And their bullets pack so much punch because they're coming in late by fluke. That's how you know you're holding something where the fundamentals are way stronger than what the hunched back soy boy virgins are pricing it in today. So if they want to sell it down, let them. We have Mr. Optimus Kevtron still buying every week, DCA. And guess what? I'm joining him too. Make sure you like, subscribe, belly button. No, don't forget he loves you. I'm going to catch you very soon.